Hello folks, welcome to my new video. Today with Dr. Sleep, the edition that I wanted to have for ages, and I finally got it for a price that is too high, but well, it was at least somewhat okay. I missed it for a way better price, but yeah, well, a couple of years ago, and then that was the first somewhat reasonable offer since then. So yeah, it's a Hardbox from Filmarena, from the Czech company, with two full slips. It's one-click box. If you like what I'm doing, please consider subscribing to my channel and activate the notification to not miss any new content. I already showed on my channel several similar editions. Yeah, it's there are two kinds of one-clicks, the Hardboxes and the Maniac boxes. Maniac boxes mostly have more full slips and even some gimmicks, like my last video that I made a couple of days ago about Spider-Man, Far From Home and No Way Home. The Hardboxes mostly have only, well, they always have only the full slips, mostly two full slips, sometimes three. In this case, two. You have this number here, number 31. One of the later ones. For example, 30 was Avengers Infinity War. And here's 28, Black Baron's release of Filmarena. Yeah, and here are two XL full slips that I will open here in this video. And this time with two different global steelbooks. Just nice, yeah. So glad to finally have it. Now let's take a look on the editions, and here is the content with booklet and cards. And here is this beautiful, yeah, there's two editions, a single lenti and a no lenti, and here is a single lenti. And that's really nice. Red rum. Really well known from the original movie, from Shining. No lenti. With this beautiful partial gloss. The scene that is heavily inspired by the Here's Johnny scene from The Shining, where Jack Nicholson sticks his head in the door. The funny thing is, this scene is not in the book, but even in the infamous Stephen King's Shining, the 1998 miniseries, that was really very close to the book. This scene is present. Yeah. So here, Dr. Sleep. Yeah, there are two different steelbooks. I will show them at the end of the video as usual. At first, the J cards. Here is the J card of the Hardbox. Yeah, and here is the J card of the first edition and the J card of the second edition. Nothing special here. Yeah, the sticker of the first edition, of this single lenti edition. And the numbering card. Stephen King's Dr. Sleep. Yeah, and the second edition is 4K, has a 4K disc. Yeah, but unfortunately on this 4K, so there are two versions of the movie, the theatrical cut and the director's cut, and the 4K has only the theatrical cut for some reason. Yep. Now, and first to the content. Yeah, and then at the end of the videos, stay tuned till the end of the video. I will show not only both steelbooks, but also a steelbook that I bought separately years ago, before I managed to buy this Filmarena edition. So, and here was the first, surprise, so to say. It's the first time that I see that in a Filmarena edition, the booklets are identical. That's very unusual for Filmarena edition and very, very unfortunate. I suppose I never saw it. You nearly always have different booklets in Filmarena editions. So in this case, they are really the same. Dare to go back. Really. That's really, really unfortunate. Yeah, so here is one booklet. Considering the price, only one booklet. Yeah, it's somewhat disappointing as far, but it's a nice booklet. Yeah, we were really lucky in the last couple of years. There were so to say, impossible sequels that were really good. Like a sequel to Blade Runner. That I would never think, that I never had thought that would really work. Ne? Like a sequel to Blade Runner, or for example, sequel to something like Shining, something like Watchmen, that were really good. Yeah, I know not everyone thinks that way, but that were at least way better than most people thought. And like that sequel to Shining, I mean, who could thought that there could be a meaningful sequel? There was a sequel book to Shining from Stephen King himself. And the unique thing about the movie Doctor Sleep, it tries to merge, to combine both being an adaptation of the novel Doctor Sleep and being really a sequel to original iconic Stanley Kubrick's Shining movie, which is not as simple as many think, because the movie is Shining is very different from the novel, and Stephen King hates this movie, hates Shining. So that's really great that Stephen King was agreed to do that, though he hates Shining, to do a sequel to Shining, and at the same time to make a really good adaptation of the Doctor Sleep. So now to the cards. Each FullSlip has different folder, again with red ROM. Yeah. So, and here's what's inside. Yeah. Photo cards and character cards. At first, the photo cards. There is also a FullSlip to Shining. Yeah. But it's, well, it costs more than the whole Hardbox. It's one of those FullSlips like Ghost in the Shell or As Above, As Below, that are, well, unrealistic. That I won't. So, folks, sorry, but I have to start new because there are two. I have the same card twice, and I have to recount them because I thought, okay, well, they forgot one card, but no, actually, I have all the cards, and this is an addition. So probably someone is missing this card. I'm sorry. So now the 11 photo cards with this maze from Shining. It's the same. It's supposed to be the same maze. Like in The Shining, you can see this red drum is written the same way as in the Shining movie. Yeah. Yeah, the story is about an older Danny as an adult. Yeah, and this is very remarkable because they really rebuilt the hotel, the Overlook Hotel from the original movie, and even created several scenes with new actors. That should resemble the old actors. So there is an actor for Little Danny, for Wendy, who played by Shelley Duvall back then, and Jack Nicholson's Jack, the this played by Henry Thomas, Mike Flanagan's the director. Familiar here also played some of the main parts in Mike Flanagan's some of the Mike Flanagan's series, like Haunting on Hill House. Henry Thomas is, by the way, the boy from E.T. So here are the character cards. Yeah, with Rose the Hat. Very memorable character. Yeah, the movie and the book focused on the people with Shining, which Stanley Kubrick had a lesser focus. Yeah. For example, there are a very meaningful difference. The character of Dick Horrand died in the movie, whereas but not in the novel. So so there is an explanation why there was a new this character is played by a new actor in the movie, but there is an explanation why he is in the new movie, though he is dead since the first movie. And there is also another very big difference, that the hotel burns down in the novel, but not in the movie, so they can really the new Dr. Sleep can really take place. Some parts of it can take place in the hotel, which is great. So those were the cards from the one edition, and the cards from the other editions. I don't need to show them because they are exactly the same cards. And that's also very surprising, very unpleasant surprise, because that's very unusual for Filmarena. The content is really nearly the same. The only difference is are the FullSlips themselves and the Steelbooks. The Steelbooks are different. So now, last but not least, to the Steelbooks. To the really different Steelbooks. I would love to have the Shining FullSlip. Well, not because it's so great, but to have a complete collection. But even the Steelbook itself. So, for example, here's the Shining Steelbook. There was this 4K re-release of the director's cut a couple of years ago. That's cost a fortune for a Steelbook. I don't want to pay something like 60 or 70 years for an ugly global Steelbook without a FullSlip, without anything else, without some cards, something. Only this very ugly Steelbook. So now I have 3 Steelbooks. I also bought this German release, and that's here's a J card in German, and here is this German release. So it's actually global Steelbook. I rarely see it, and I don't like when they do it. They have there is another German title for Dr. Sleep. And mostly they put the title on the J card, but not on the Steelbook itself. But in this case, they decided to put it, which I thought they don't do it anymore, but and this is a very remarkable title. Germans are famous for giving the movies very strange titles. So, Dr. Sleep's Erwachen is the German title. Translated, it means Dr. Sleep wakes up, or Doctor Sleep's awakening. How funny! Doctor Sleep and awakens. It doesn't fit. It doesn't make any sense. It's, I don't know. I don't know if it should be funny or something. Here, before I forget it, the spine comparison with this Doctor Sleep's Erwachen. Well, doesn't make any sense. Yeah, and I'm really glad that the second edition includes this other international steelbook, because it's really rare. It's really difficult to find. It's really expensive. So I'm really glad, and it's the most beautiful. Not because it's very beautiful itself, but because it's way more beautiful than this red drum artwork. I'm really glad the artworks are getting better. There was this time when they produced a bunch of steelbooks with incredibly ugly artworks, and unfortunately this is one of them. Like the Stickman figures of Deadpool 2, or Pill's artwork of Matrix Resurrections. I don't know it. Or for example, all those ugly Easter egg steelbook. This ugly Easter egg steelbook of Ready Player One. I don't know what were they thinking. So the back sides are the same. Yeah, and here again red drum. So here's what's inside. And yeah, the artworks of the discs is way better. That's the German artworks. Yeah, with this rating sticker. And here are non-existent international artworks from the Filmarena edition, with a theatrical cut and director's cut. And here is this really nice inside artwork. Very nice, yeah. So glad to finally get this steelbook. Yeah, it's not that beautiful, but it's so much better than this red drum thingy. Yeah, this chalkboard, this like school board. So again, very ugly artwork, but this one, this edition has also a 4K disc, but unfortunately only of the theatrical cut for some reason. I don't know why director's cuts are treated that badly. And here is this inside artwork, again with this school board that Danny has, played by Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan Kenobi. So folks, those were the two FullSlips. Really, really nice lenticular with this famous elevator and Danny riding this tricycle. Very, very nice lenti. Unfortunately, no lenti in the no additional lenticular in the no lenti edition. Very unfortunate. And as you saw, I opened those editions for this video, and there were several surprises. Well, the double card was not that bad, but yeah, the very same booklet and the very same cards. I can't remember to know any other Filmarena edition where this is the case. Very strange. Whereas this is one of those rare hardboxes where you have two different steelbooks, but well, the rest is the very same. There are besides Doctor Sleep and Shining. Yeah, as I said before, the director's cut of Shining, I can highly recommend it because it's about 20 minutes longer than the original cut. Was re-released in 4K. Yeah, and there is a third Shining, movie. There was a Shining miniseries from 1998, somewhat similar. There were a lot of TV adaptations back then of Shining, for example, of Stephen King. For example, this famous Stephen King's It adaptation. That is so famous that and so polished that it got Blu-ray release, and there are a couple of steelbooks, and there was even besides when Filmarena made It, Stephen King's It FullSlips, they made not only Stephen King's It Chapter 1 and 2, but also Stephen King's original Stephen King's It from 1990. Well. Most other TV adaptations were not received as well, and Stephen King Shining, from 1997. Stephen King Shining from 1997 is no exception. Yeah. Yeah, it's slow burn. It doesn't translate well to film. It was meant as an answer of Stephen King himself to the Stanley Kubrick's Shining, because he wanted to adapt the movie as he wants it. And very remarkable, they used really for Overlook Hotel, really Stanley Hotel was used. Such a coincidence, Stanley Kubrick's Stanley Hotel. Stanley Hotel is the hotel that inspired Shining in the first place, because Stephen King and his wife stayed there, and there Stephen King began to write Shining. So if you want to know the differences between the movie and the book, if you don't want to read the book, you can watch this, I suppose, about 4.5 hours. It's a mini-series with 3 1.5 hour parts. You can find it, on DVD, but I suppose you can find it streaming somewhere. You have to look for it. Yeah, it's not lost. Yeah, folks, that was it. Hardbox Filmarena edition 31 of Dr. Sleep. I finally got it. Was surprised with some strange decisions, like the same booklet and the same cards. Especially the fold is different, no? Well, different folders, but the same cards. Hey. The first thought was, not really. Yeah, it's impossible. Yeah, the thought that they have to mix something up, but no, that's the way it was sold. Yeah. How did you like this edition? How do you like Dr. Sleep as a movie? Which is your favorite movie? Shining, Dr. Sleep, or probably, if you saw it, Stephen King's Shining from 1997. So, folks, till the next time, please subscribe to my channel and activate the notification. Bye bye.